all because of the flood.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be looking if it weren't, so it's good.
Oh, right here.
Yeah.
Sandy, this one. Right, yeah. Too good to looking at you. Cake and drink now. Maybe have some tea.
I have some fresh tea I just made for you.
Come back.
More coffee? Okay.
Have to get the Rinpoches here.
Not really. I'm going at Quest of Fear.
I still have a Cohen text, which was the first book.
You can take this.
Rinpoche, would you care for hot water or tea?
Hard water, maybe.
I'm sorry.
So who had the initiation last night? There's the text that goes.
Yeah.
Sonje Judan Zogi Juman Lai Jonjo Bardu Dami Jansi Dami Jinso Jibe Zunan Gye Dola De Sonje Rubai Jo Chansula Wadoi Jijin Shabo Dan Jizo Yiran Gushin So Gewa Junse Dagi Jizo Ma Danje Dagi Jonjo Jilmo Saje Bunjo Joje Medo Ra Linje Ninde Gyamba Sonje Jindo Mingde Bulwa Yen Dogen Namda Jingla Jeba Ju Simje Namje Zamba Dan Loye Jeda Jeda Jijon Demo Deba Jiji Ngolo Ngolo So Umi Jigi Giborane Tezu Sonje Gigi Ngo Yang Jigo Mandu Den Zawe Lamme Jabla So and Lama Guru Rinpoche Sadhana Sungi Dawa Simje Nam Lochi Zondo Jingi Labdu So Julam Duno Jingi Labdu So Lam Tuba So Jingi Labdu So Junai Shizu Chaba Jingi Labdu So Doburanji Tora Jingi Labdu So Tuji Jingi Member Jingi Labdu So Then the Town of Gable Jingi Tuji Member Jingi Labdu So 2 year Mende or Jingi Labdu So Abajo Doge Jigana Shunum Dokan So the Bechi Jara Nyambol Dorma Damje Dirk Namaria Damala get on the Jinja to Dalabi get on the King Dagage Tamje Gedum Dagage then to Nambada Nebizin Jenam Jelana member Yam Taboto Fondi Kikoran Bojin and Tobaja, the H to Tambu, some assembly you. Yambitugo and Togi Yam Tabos of the Zembala, you, the young Harfambe. Sempre Chin, Lovenda Majuneki, Tidin Soltiki, and then Tisamas and the 2 Nyamsu Jete, Rajin Tenindu to Kimalamba December. So now is actually we have begin to visualization of the Guru Rinpoche and then also the invocation prayer of the Guru Rinpoche. And that's also kind of connected to all the receiving empowerment, self-empowerment. So we are Vajrayana normally every day we need to have receive self-empowerment from the deities to maintain this Vajrayana commitment. So this is sort of the purpose here. This protects will be at the end you have taking empowerment from Guru Rinpoche, which I am going to explain in later detail more. But now is we have to know. When we say we want to do some practice, what practice you do, what the main feature of their practice. There always a Buddhist Vajrayana on practice. Vajrayana have the classifying 2 different stages, creation stage and completing stage. So that is we are practicing the creation stage, which means we kind of mentally creating visualizations. The one beginning practitioner we must created our body as their deities, and then then you would do some different kind of mantra recitation, while recitation we have concentration, and so like that. But at the same time, we do some practice that you need to have originally what the deities you are practicing. Who is that deities and how is this deities and what the benefit for me, and what the benefit being I'm doing this practice, and also. This is all necessary to know, because you don't know what you're doing, then you are not too much encouraging practice. And when practicing, this is the practice I'm doing because I know what the benefit is here. And so the knowing the benefit of practice makes you encouraging. So when always say diligence is necessary in practice, so when we use here diligence with joyful strivings, so that means you are really joyful to striving to that practice. Why do that is because you're joyful, because you're removing cause of suffering and bringing to happiness in this lifetime, not have obstacle hindering you are performing good things, and then eventually may you get enlightenment through your practice if you diligent, not you have next life and also continually more accommodated for to your practice to have not hindering obstacle and everything come through your wishes. And because this life you are practicing and familiarized, and next time you have the easily to familiarize the practice, and you have confidence gain easily that way. So these are the know that benefit this kind of practice. So that is the important part. But now you have to know the Guru Rinpoche is about. This is the practice Guru Rinpoche practice, especially contagion practice. In Nyingma tradition, you do this, the 7-line prayer, 100,000, sometimes do the more, billion of them. And so that's the kind of practice is very, very important. So they count that number in Nyingma traditions as Guru Yoga. This is the practice they do. But we have also our own tradition, Guru Yoga, but we also this practice very much very important. Any sadhana we practice, this practice, this practice, what are we doing? This we morning early we do this practice in the monastery. When a Nyingma treasure, we practicing sadhana like that, must do this practice. And also as our Kajiva tradition, also we use lots of things in this beginning this practice. So it's very important of this practice. It's not like just for this practice you're doing now, but it's practice every time you other practice. This is important for practice of sustaining your practice with this, because this will make your next what you actually practice become really more prime, more beneficial, more powerful. And so that reason this practice is kind of quite a contestant practice up to all. And now we know the Guru Rinpoche. Guru Rinpoche is that, particularly Guru Rinpoche is a kind of unusual among the Buddha and Bodhisattva come to world. Lord Buddha Shakyamuni born, but he doesn't born as usual. The Buddha is kind of put entering womb. He's normally entering womb from the secret place for consciousness go through. But the Buddha Shakyamuni come through from the crown of his mother. And he's a form of the elephant, white elephant. He entered the mother womb. Then he, in 9 months, then he also not born from normal secret place, but he born from the right rib from the come out from there. So that is kind of unusual. Being he's born in an unusual way, and he perform this world big activity that he giving the teaching that is the light for this world and this time, and that light is shining open now. So that is the great being who did it, because he is not have the indicated that he was special and he born in a special way and he entered the womb in a special way. And there are lots of stories, but we don't have to go through this because we are not talking Buddha now. We're talking of the lotus-born Guru. So you know who is this great beings. It is no different from Buddha. Buddha, Paranirvana, he passing away from this life to next. I'm sorry, I have to stop this one. She should call me long time ago, but Buddha is passing away. There he's lots of gods, nagas, human beings. They are around Arhat and the great Bodhisattva around him, and they request and what they're upsetting because he's passing away. Said that you please remain with us, and who will be guide us, who will free us from this suffering and confusion. So we lost now. So Buddha said, don't worry, I never die. So I achieved the deathless. But I'm going to be conducting as like dying. Then every sentient being can see. Even Buddha, like me, achieved total enlightenment. I pass away. So that meaning every living being knows you're born, you're going to die. So that kind of teaching I'm living here by my demonstrating I'm dying. So I'm with you all the time. So therefore you not need to be sad and upset. I never separate from you. And then same time then he also prophesied that even now there is someone come much greater than me. And people shock because that who is the greater than him? and there is up to 12 year up to my nirvana. There will be that great being born as like Guru Pema Sambhava, and he is not born from the womb. So therefore he will be performing more profound tantric within a lifetime to get enlightenment technique he will be passing through. And also he will be giving more fortunate people instant enlightenment by meeting him, hearing him teaching, seeing him. So he will be come as a poorer kind of liberation, seeing by him liberated, and hearing him to liberated, touching him liberated, and memorize, recollecting him, and that will be liberated. The four different kind of liberation, the great being can be coming to up to my paranirvanas. And that he says the Lolin Tungin thereby Nalalam Kibushi Pema June Shichar Taos in Sutra, there's in the Sutra that quote. So he said that in up to the 12 year, someone who come more profound, great leader, he will be make greatly benefiting, especially he come to form giving teaching of the Vajrayana, Tantrigyana, which I open door for you now, but he will be go more profound and detailed that practice. So that is who he can be even meaning greater than individual like me. So come, his name is Pema Sambhava. So Pema Jumne is meaning Pema Sambhava, Sanskrit called Pema Sambhava. It means that he born from the lotus. So that time he not born, but Buddha already knows. So he led them to kind of consulting them. Don't worry, that can happening now. So you'll be enjoy. Just continue your practice. This will become. So that Buddha purpose. So that means we believe Pema Sambhava is incarnation of the Guru Shakyamuni, and then he was the Buddha himself prophesied. So that is the one quote from Buddha. Sutra wrote that, and then so how happening up to that was then he was not born from the womb. Then that is said one text is Pami Mami Q Jume Jazilong Jones. So that is Pami Mami Q goes, said meanings there are no father, no mother. They are youthful beings be appear. He has no have Jumi Kemi means he have no cause, no condition. Spontaneously he born from the lotus. So this is how he will come to in lake of Dhanakosha. Is the lake, that's the place. Dhanakosha lake is the where he born for. That is supposed to be King Indravadi's gardens. He has small garden that is born there. So lotus was there, bloom there. And so that case now, again will be relatively we can see. So he have no father, no mother. That means something strange. Also this kind of human being mind cannot fit this. The same time that how he was born there is that he Lord Amitabha was the Dharmakaya. So now he see the dark age, sentient being are lots of obstacle hindering and lots of afflicted mind, and it's hard to subdue them, train them. So that group, my Buddha Amitabha was great motivation to benefit of many sentient beings. So he motivated that way. Then he emanated from his heart silver letter tree. And silver letter is he emanating from his heart. So then where the letter has descended, it was the Dhanakosha lake. So then that way, then up to some time from Dhanakosha lake, so lotus grow, and then slowly blooming lotus. Up to the blooming lotus, there is the Guru Pema Sambhava. He's very, very delightful to look at. When you look at, too good to look, that your mind cannot able to go away. You cannot stare, just focusing. because throw your eye there, so delightful, beautiful, or the other way says. And then also he's transparent, and he can appear as his face like so love, full of love. And look at his eye, he's full of compassion. So he was in the lotus, a garden of the Indrabodhi, King Indrabodhi. And so that case now here, relatively, absolutely he had no father, no mother, he had no cause, no condition. He just spontaneously appeared. That's the absolute point of view. He was that like that, spontaneously in Buddha itself. But then the relative point of view down, his father is the Buddha Amitabha. As you see, the Amitabha emanate from the tree, the letter, and then his mother is Dhanakosha lake. So that case that he had the mother, the Dhanakosha lake, which is pure lake, and also have the Buddha, pure Buddha, Dharmakaya. So emanated, then he become Buddha. So that is the kind of what the condition bring him to the world, also condition of suffering of sentient being in the dark age. Then he appeared that way to in this world, And then, of course, the king had no son at the time. The king had done so good, many things, married, sport Sangha, offering to Buddha, Bodhisattvas, and just giving endless the generosity, and he do all kind of things for him to get both one son. And through his dedication, son born as a Guru Masambhava in his lotus. And then he, the guardian go to the look at there is some beautiful being in the lotus. So then king was hear that, and king bring him in the home and raise him, and king adopted as his son. So that was he become one time he is a kind of king of that country. So everybody's turn everything to him. So then he seeing all these things are the samsara, have to, king is meaning so you have to be work with the worldly things, and he decided to pass down this king position to other. He renounced, then he go to study with many scholars in India, and some story give that he was a study with Buddha's disciple Ananda, which is a Buddha's attendant, Arhat, ever he will be separate from the Buddha lifetime. So he was attendant of Buddha, so he knows all the Buddha's teaching, because when he ordained himself, he requested Buddha, I'm going to ordain, become monk as your disciple, I will be attending you, but I want you to promise that you will not teach without me. Whenever you teach, I want to be here. So I want to have to gather all your teachings. So that Buddha's heart disciple, Ananda, when you writing, you see that two Buddha picture, then have the two arhats standing there. One of them is Ananda. So he was the heart disciple of the Buddha. And then sometimes Buddha go to Naga realm, God realm, different realm. But through Buddha's miracle, he take Ananda with him. So therefore, Ananda have received all teaching from the Buddha. Now we have fortunate enough, Sutta Tantra we have, up to Buddha past Nirvana. Then Ananda was the one who know all the teaching Buddhas, because he was all the time with the Buddha. And he had some trouble that they kick out him among the monk one time, because that is something, he did something, monk request to him, through him, asked Buddha question, but Ananda didn't hear that. And because that he didn't able to talk, and they think he made the some reason he didn't want to talk to Buddha between the disciple and Guru. He may kind of contradict that way. They think the Buddha didn't answer their question. Buddha didn't have received that question, and he didn't able to say to Buddha. So later figure out that was the Mara demon Devadatta kind of miraculously block his ear, not hearing that question. So he not saying Buddha that way happening, but not consciously he make this mistake. So first they kick out from the Sangha because they say you have working the bow because you don't tell what we asked Buddha. And then later then and they kick out. And then later, when they gather into all the Buddha teaching, that time, each Arhat their one part teaching, but none of them know everything. Then that time they bring him again. So that time they respect him. They pull down the 100,000 monks the rope struck the throne. They respect him because they make mistake to him, kick out, and they request him and bring that he sat on that throne of the 100,000 monks, yellow rope, and then that was he sat on that. Then he talked about Buddha's teaching. So all sutta will be say at the time in this place and that group, I hear this. So that is Ananda saying to them, I hear this. This time, this group is there together. Then he told what Buddha says. So he had unforgettable knowledge. He never forget things what he hearing through the blessing of the Buddha. And he had done so good for this teaching of this lifetime, this Buddha's teachings. So he taught everything. So each sutta will be say, Jagarketu and Pirketu, something like that. So that the translation translated to Sanskrit and Tibetan. Tibetan will be say Jagarketu Yulyam Pachingi Tongkertu. He says that I hear this for Yang Bachin and we Buddha give this area, this monk together. I hear this one. Then another will be say he such place. Another place is Gatram and Nagaram. He was Buddha all the time. So that's way the Buddha's teaching not miss it. Almost everything we propagated together, and until now we have the teaching still. So that through his kindness, the Ananda. So then Guru Sambhava, when he born, started with the Ananda, Sutra and Tantra, many times, and many years there. And then even that is Guru Sambhava wished to be ordained, and then he requested Ananda to ordain him. Then Ananda say, I can ordain you. You're my teacher. So that was in Sutra, that discussion there too. So that reason also in the abuse, he was a Buddha. Ananda said, you're my teacher, that meaning his teacher is Buddha. So I cannot ordain you. And then Guru Rinpoche himself tried to shape his head. And that time the divine Pimlan, Dakini, came, grabbed his hand to say, don't cut your hair. So they says, we need you to be presenting the teaching Buddha doesn't give you yet. And the tantric teaching, you need to hold this teaching. You have to be not shaved and not ordained. And that very moment he become Buddha Shakyamuni life. So now we have the 8 manifestation of the Buddha. Guru Rinpoche. One you can see Guru Shakti Singhis. One of you can see sometimes the 8 of the Darshan together. And one is like Buddha like it, So that was a very moment of that history I'm giving. He turned into the Buddha. He's been spontaneously ordained himself. He's even become Buddha. But he didn't get kind of direct lineage transmission of the monk, because that would be obstacle to tantric teaching passing down to this world for this people needed. So they kind of somewhat that kind of discussion happening there. He didn't ordain, but he self-ordained himself. So this kind of story go that way, the Buddha and himself, one beings, Then he go to the cemetery, different place. He subdue lots of Mara demons. So there is lots of history. There's Pema Katham is one of the story. You can read that one, translated nowadays too. You can read that, very nice, blissful. Then you will have great sense of devotion. Who Guru Rinpoche, what he was. So then he being many different country, he passed down teaching, especially Vajrayana teachings. And sometimes the Vajrayana teaching was not harmonious with the demon, evil ghosts and spirit. And so he was again the Vajrayana accomplished yogi was Vajrayana. He subdued on many different manners. It's the wrathful, peaceful, semi-wrathful, male, female, all kind of form. He necessary their need, he can appear everything. And he subdued them and then destroyed and all this obstacle and hindrance, and specifically that he invited in King Tizun in Tibet. He invited in Tibet, and he accepted invitation because he has karmically connected there. And before Guru Rinpoche, Santa Rakshita, one of the great bodhisattvas, did go there teachings, but that's very obstacle, lots of, and he did not able to transfer down all the teachings. And maybe so good. The king wanted building monastery, Samye monastery, building them. So then not able to build it because at the daytime human being building, nighttime ghosts will take away and never allowed. So that is so the obstacle. Then king was so kind of depressed and also discouraged. And then this bodhisattva was there, and he also not language in many things. He cannot teach too much, but he teach Mahayana, ordained monks there first time, and he teach Mahayana teachings. And that time, then he told the king that this obstacle no one can in the world can destroy, pacify and subside this obstacle. There is some Guru Prema Sambhava who born in Lotus in India. He will be the one must come here to destroy this obstacle, pacify. Then you fulfill your wishes through his blessing, his power. So then king invited Guru Rinpoche in Tibet. He had lots of beginning started teaching over the Tibet. It's much clear in the text. So then he was came to in Tibet, and then to lots of Tibetan young people sent to India to more teaching, receiving teaching, such as the Bharatanas and the other different scholars come to India to study teaching of the Tantra. And then Guru Rinpoche continually passing down his teaching. And then he has a main disciple was the lady Ishi Tsogel. So Ishi Tsogel is Tibetan lady, and the king, I think that the king was beginning early, king found her as a special woman, and king raised her, and later king married her. And then Guru Prema Sambhava came, of course he subdued all these obstacle hindrance. Then he has kind of built his Samye monastery, and when Guru Rinpoche come, Guru Rinpoche has subdued all the demons, and he chased them out. And then also sometimes he catch them through his miracle, and they bring in. Then he tell them to you want to listen to me, follow me, help me, spread Dharma here, or you want to make this continually obstacle to me. In that case, if you want to do obstacle, and you can challenge with me, but I'm going to kill you. So they says, please save my life, I'll do follow you what you say. So most of the spirit goes and become his command. He command them to help build the Samye monastery, help the spiritual who are beginning practicing, starting, who practicing in the mountain. You have to help them. He gave this command to them, so they following. Now this one place, Heburi Yangen, that I was there one time. And from Samye monastery, there's kind of heap of the sand mountain there. You go up, sand fall down. You have to get there. But I was young enough, I get to get there top. So that the mountain, he sat there, then he summoning all the ghosts and demons there. He subdued them. Hebori Yangem do Lasing Tamche Tamata. Che Lade Tamche Lale Sokin, Lale Tembaso, Lale Tendukan, put on Tobuch. So he became all he subdued them, and most of them powerful people he put into protectors for Dharma. And then he made not too much power to make them to serving, whatever they have power contribute to Dharma. So then start building the Samye. The human being built it maybe 2-3 feet daytime, but ghosts will building them now 20 feet, So more they helping than starting. So that's why the Samye monastery is Guru Rinpoche miraculously built it. Samye Majin Linki to Gyalgi Koma Tarsinje, the text will say, Samye Majin means Samye do not human constructed it. Linki to means Samye is appear spontaneously through Guru Rinpoche's blessings. So this fulfilled the Dharma king of Tibet and his wishes. So that's that building in Samye you can go now. I've been there so one time. but that's a very wonderful place to go. So anyway, that is the real things what he did there. And then some part he had group of translator, group there what the translated text, and some will we study to the Dharma, some then also that behind this mountain we call that is a Samye Chimpo. Samye Chimpo is the place in Guru Rinpoche giving the 25 disciples. These are the king and the minister. All of them he took in the mountain, live in the cave, and he give instruction. All of them became yogi, very highly accomplished yogi and yoginis. So some of them, Ishitolgya, his consort Ishitolgya was to accomplish to total enlightenment there. So she became one hard disciple of the Guru Rinpoche. So this cave is still there in Tibet, And so each cave each yogi have had attained the realization through Guru Rinpoche teaching is a blessing. So they have no concern, hindrance and obstacle there, because Guru Rinpoche protected them. So in fact, that all God's spirit may help them, everything we wish to come true, their practice. So that is the Guru Rinpoche who have himself as accomplished, realized the two city, realization city, and also the ordinarily when you practice Dharma to realize they have need human condition. So, and that is he can able to fulfill without doing anything through his power of the realization. So that the Guru Rinpoche lived there for many times, and he made all the earth hidden treasure and the blessings, and then all the mountains, yogi and siddha, and then so all the monastery here, lots of monks. Also, he emphasized monk is how important, and so that is the Guru Rinpoche's. Later, of course, he said so much his story there. That later he left in Tibet to the Copper Mountain. So this is Copper Mountain is sometimes they say in Afghanistan now. So, but Afghanistan is lots of Muslims live there now. But I think that is a pure vision, pure being can say Afghanistan is some Copper Mountain area. Sometimes they say on the Brahma over there some place. So not knows what is the Copper Mountain, but this Copper Mountain is Guru Rinpoche through his own realization manifested there. So that area is kind of also cannibal live there. People eat each other. So he saw that every day how much harm being there. So he urged to go there to subdue them, and he become king of that Copper Mountain. Nayapling they call that kind of that Copper Mountain, and he as king then he subdue all this, and these all people are become yogi and yogini and become highly realized beings, and then he still remain there to he remained there for kind of benefit for other beings. So he supposed to be not dead, he's deathless. And then he has achieved the deathless realization through his practice. So he's appear everywhere and disappear if you don't need it. So that case, before he left in Tibet to this Copper Mountain, Simpyul also we call east, west, the city of the cannibal. That also we say. So that's the place that he lived there to helping them. So that is it. And he wrote, this morning we're reading that Guru Rinpoche Sambhajan to Parchalavs. So that explaining pretty much what I'm saying. So if you read it, meaning, understand the meaning there. So then he said that the dark age, that he said he will be with you all the time. And he said, if this is, I say to you wrong, then I can be realized beings. I cannot deceive you. But you have devotion enough, I will never separate from your head. I'll be always there. He give the word, promise that. And he said that, meaning the time when get dark age. People afflicted, angers, stupid, jealous, greed, and then doesn't get along. Country, state, neighbor, family among family, they don't get along because they're afflicted and nothing can satisfy each other, and then becomes so upset, so difficult time. That time he said that he will be doing mentality was not going to be. He says that age he will come morning one time, evening one time. So Tibetan people morning sun rays, they started 7-line prayer just to look in the sun. So sun rays with the Guru Rinpoche there, they imagining. That kind of, I have some kind of feeling long time when I young. I feel that too, when KDK, we're doing the morning early this practice. I thought Guru Rinpoche person very much there, but that's nothing my ordinary feeling, but I feel that. But so I hear that, I reach the understanding of this meaning. So one morning, I just thinking about a little bit strongly him, I guess. So I feel very present that. So that is can be happening. So Nangre going to big technologies, he come to benefit sentient being one time evening, one time morning. Nisa down the chip teachings, he will be mounted on the rays of the sun, that he says in text. So the Guru Rinpoches, they says that in one time, the dark age like this, that most of the great beings in Bodhisattva, enlightened deities, blessing become kind of less power. Because so much negative in the world. And then it's not too much effect. And that time, Guru Rinpoche, you pray and practice, recite mantra, think of him. So lots of things you can dispel, remove them, subside, and pacify. So whenever you do anything, practice love, we do Guru Rinpoche pray, because when we post, they remove our obstacle in our practice. So that's the reason I say maintain this practice and do any sadhana beginning of that. So that kind of who he is. He's come to spontaneous lotus born, but he was communicating human being as out of his compassion, But he is language, human form, everything. But his language, he can language speak any language he wants. Even he can communicate ghosts, demons, nagas, God, everyone. And he's also appeared to any form. At the same time, he's not appeared there, but he's not real there. Rainbow body, you call like something like that. That's where he's demonstrated his activity in the world, where his lifetime here. So now he promised he go, because there are more danger there. He's going to help them, but he will never forget us. He will come all the time. So that means, of course, his blessings there. Blessing only not mean you kind of rely on a blessing. You don't do anything. That doesn't help. Relatively, in order to get something, you have to cause something. And you want to get a house, you have to build it. And you don't know how to build it, you have to save money. And that all condition make you can able to build and staying very comfortably. So you have to buy food, cook the food. You're hungry, then you put in the table, you can eat. You see, you say, I want food. That doesn't mean that when you want food is there for you. No. So we need the condition to contribute to have this happen what you want. So that's the reason our responsibility is we need the devotions. In devotion, you need a story like this here. Then you can see the power in his purity, his dignity, and his wisdom, how forceful wisdom, and how very intensive in his power of the wisdom, his blessing and compassion is like unnormal than any enlightened being. So therefore, knowing that, then you can think of him all the time. Wake up, think of him, say the 7-line prayer, and recite the mantra, and dedicate this merit. And then one morning you wake up, do that, dedicate, then you do daily life. Once in a while, you don't forget his mantra and don't forget his image. Think of that. So he will be there. He is not like that, not knows. Whatever we do, he's there. But his blessing is so strong, and his compassion is so strong, his loving is so strong, wisdom is so strong. But we need to have condition to open the devotions. His the kind of blessing is sun shining. But then you have to have respond, the sun shining, sun shine in sky and light for everyone, not discriminating at all. But you yourself the hitting underneath the ground, They cover everything. You're dark. You're not sunlight not coming to you. That means that is sun problem? No. Sun is shining over your cave. But what problem is you're covered by your cave. So that cave you have to destroy, the sun only comes. The same things, our darkness, wrong views, or disbelieving things kind of obscure our mind. And then we cannot see the quality and perfection, the power of the wisdom of the Guru Rinpoche, then we're not getting benefit, So therefore, we need to respond to practice daily and some sense of devotion. But devotion comes from you remember of his quality, perfections, how he kind being is. And he's not necessarily you drive or fly to go see him. He can anywhere, your devotion can draw him right in front of you right now. That doesn't take time. It's instantly. So that reason your devotion becomes very important. And so that devotional, in order to ordinary people have devotion, you need some practice sadhana and follow the sadhana. And that's where you generate devotion, that you kind of visualizing. That can make the blessing, what already shining there, you can respond. Open yourself, door to the blessing, come in your mind to dispel all the obstacles hindering your problem inside. The miserable, mentally you are so miserable, and physically miserable as well, because the mental is not clean. So that's happening here. Guru Rinpoche, pure wisdom blessing come into your mind. You can relax yourself, and you have some space. You can peace and calm yourself, and you're joyful. You can see inside within you. So that joy was covered by your affliction and your ego. That's the problem here. So that reason the practices were very important. So I think we have to finish. I'll go to now sadhana. You see that home ujjain do no jalan sam pema kesro dombola ya chenchok gi ngodu ni pema jungne shisu ta kordo kando mang de koro. So meaning his ujjain yulkin no jalan sam southeast country of the Udayana, and the trunk of the lotus, Pema Kesar, Pema is a lotus. Kesar is kind of lotus bus actually. So Dongpola means trunk of lotus. One who have wonder obtained realization, an excellent realization. Yatsen means kind of wonder, something it's kind of very, very unusual that you feel unusual, unbelievable things like that happening. So he's kind of this unusual, very wonderful, So who are the obtained excellent city, which means total enlightenment, and very kind of surprisingly, and that he's appeared in the lotus. Then people renounced his name as the lotus-born Guru. Pema June Sutra meaning is kind of renounced, kind of popular, everybody call lotus-born. So he who has the kind of surrounded by the many dakinis, numberless of dakinis. That is dakinis, the kind of female who has enlightened. Some of them bodhisattvas, some of the fully enlightenments. So these all dakinis, his own manifestations. So whenever you visualize him, you see that he's a mass of the dakini round. And that way you can visualize. So that is what you see now, Guru Rinpoche, as we picture now. The description is a picture that is one picture, the root bring that one, it's nice one there. That was a good one, but you can have the nice thanga if you get it somewhere in Nepal, and everybody can take pictures and share that way. Nowadays, sometimes you get good thanga here. Most time people from Nepal to bring thanga, look beautiful, but not according to Dharma. It's my fancy for tourism to attract. That's why they roll. And I always know these thanga painter. I call them, and I'll description sending from myself from here. I want to have this kind of ladies, and they will do exactly what you say. Also, you can do that too. So that you can get a picture. So if you need it, I cannot bring, but I can buy and over there in Nepal to send you if you have something like that. Also, people going route going all the time, I think. So every year teaching us, Guru can say that your Guru needs something. She will be helpful. Then she was reading this one, she knows how Guru we need here.
Okay.
So you can, that way, you can have picture, then picture is make more sure that you can see that according to the scripture, and then that's not for tourists, that's for practitioner. So that he say, Kyuki Jisu Dadu, the next sentence he say, so he as who accomplished in appear such a divine form of the important me, then say Kyuki Jisu Dadu means I follow your footstep. It means I will follow you, how you accomplish, I want to accomplish same, my aim. So this is my purpose. As you come here, Sheksu meaning you come here, this place. Bless me. The purpose I'm asking you is that you have such a wonder accomplishment, obtain Buddha. I want to accomplish that. You bless me to accomplish that. Dispel my obstacle hindrance. I can accomplish without hindrance. And speed me to get in realization. Kiki Jisu Dadu Chingil Sheksu soul meaning you inviting here, reason you inviting him is you want to achieve like him. Nature Diru Chimpopla means this place when I'm practicing, you descend your blessing here, in this very about here where I live, I'm practicing. Tupchu Dala Onji Kursan, please bestow me the empowerment. I am one who practicing excellent practitioner. So I'm doing my best through my motivation, my conduct and everything following accordingly, and I have devotion openly, and bodhicitta is generated. So I'm excellent practitioner. So this is kind of proud, somewhat you say, but this case, proud is like you're not proud because you do negative things or do kind of harm other beings, you betray it, you get proud and avoid this. No? In this case, you proud is that you're excellent, I renounce everything. I focus my mind devoted to achieve like you. I get compassion, sense of compassion, who not achieve that, who ignore and suffer and pain. I have love and compassion to other being. I have devotion to totally dedicate myself to achieve like you. So in that case, I'm excellent. If I had this motivation, this two, devotion, compassion, I'm excellent practitioner, yes. I have to confidence that myself. So that competence can bring a lot of blessing because you trust you are now true Buddha nature becomes sprung, light, growing things there. So you should be proud of yourself. So I'm such good practitioner. You want to give me for empowerment. Body, speech, mind empowerment, then body, speech, mind empowerment combination together. So empower me. So because the empowerment is important, my ordinary mind can go to ordinary attitude, motivation. Through your blessing, you completely bless me, your speech, mind, body. Then I become perfect like you. So then I can be accomplished me by the rapidly. Then I can serve the sentient being endlessly until they release completely suffering from in the world. So that is my wish to empower me now. Next one, get on Lodru Rinpoche, so means dispel all my misleading me from my path. Get on Lodru, and get means abstracting huge demon ghosts, and that is, we say something outside ghost, but it really is our ego is ghost. Our ego doesn't allow to what we want. If not ego, our mind is Buddha. But ego makes the Buddha mind doesn't allow to manifest it. So the get meaning is really ego. Misleader is the manifested by the ego, all the affliction, anger misleaded, desire misleaded, ignorant misleaded, jealous misleaded, proud misleaded, then hope and doubt everything. Then you away from the path. So this case we ask him, dispel me this obstacle. Dispel me this kind of ghost, demon, and dispel this kind of misleading me from my path. So they strongly pray, the Guru Rinpoche can hear you, Guru Rinpoche is kind for omniscience. Choktan to Mongodu Zol, so then you say, now you give me city of the ordinary and extraordinary. Extraordinary is pacifying my obstacle on the path, ordinary city. Extraordinary is bring me to enlightenment. So that meaning bodhicitta had not been generated, may generating now. Already generated, that's a flourish. So the bodhicitta is absolute bodhicitta, my compassion deepening to all sentient beings. Then relative bodhicitta. Then absolute bodhicitta, I want to realize my true nature. Mind is not subless. Mind is totally Buddha itself. So I want to extraordinary cities in that I want. These two cities bestow on me now. So here's Om Ahum. Om is the body of all Buddha. Ah is speech of all Buddha. Hum is all mind, wisdom mind of all Buddha. Bajam Guru Pema Siddhi is he who is the embodiment of the all Buddha's body, embodiment of all Buddha's speech, embodiment of all the Buddha mind. So Om Ahum Banjar Guru Pema Siddhi Hum, meaning that Bajra Guru meaning a lot of meaning there. Bajra's Guru meaning that the kind of lamas, the undistracted and Lama. You are the Lotus family. Siddhi Hum meaning bestow all your achievement, your realization, bestow on me now. In order to achieve me to the same level as you and achieve me to benefit a sentient being like how you did it. So that is we request Om Bajra Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. Next one is Om Bajra Guru Pema Thutan so Bajra Samayan Za. So that can meaning Bajra Guru Pema Thutan cell is kind of this one of the little wrathful form of Guru Rinpoche. Ask him that Om Ahum, speech, mind, body of the indestructible chief of the Lama. Yesterday I talked about that. Pema Thutan means like it's Pema means his family, that he come from Lotus. Buddha Amitabha is the beginning, his father is Amitabha. Amitabha is among the five Buddha, is the Lotus family, Amitabha, you know. So he's a son of the Amitabha, then he's a family. So therefore his name always appears as Pema, Lotus. 13 cell, meaning 13 meaning the human skull born. So that is kind of, he's a wrathful from this case. No, this is kind of. But the Samaya Jaja meaning so that you come to benefit sentient being. Always you commit your Samaya there. Jaja meaning come now. Don't forget your Samaya that you say now come. So you invoke him. Sorwa Siddhi Pala meaning Sora means all the city bestow on me. Sri Mahare Nisa Raja Riya Chitar and Jamini. This is a Sri is Guru Rinpoche, his own seed cell Sri. Which is appear out of everything is a Sri, then appear Guru Rinpoche, you know. And Ha Ri Nisa is kind of Bajra Dakini, Rana Dakini, Pema Dakini, Karma Dakini. So 5 Dakinis, which is retrieving by him. Raja Riya Chitar Henry Jaja means that you come with your retinue, all the Dakinis. So, Bajak Dakini have millions of Dakini, Karma Dakini have millions of Dakini. So, each Dakini has a million, 5 million Dakini there. The Guru Rinpoche in the center, that's what you think. There's somewhere. Chitta Shengri and Jaja means that they all come peel of the sky. There is no room, any negative there. Whole peel of the Dakini is in Guru Rinpoche. So, you don't have room there for any ego trip or other afflictions. Absolute come have no room for that. So that is a powerful way there. So that's why you invite, and now you have Guru Rinpoche there perfectly with his retinue. So all of them transparent, very shining rainbow color around. So just like that, you're visualizing there. Now you can requesting empowerment. Next one is Guru Khanda Choche Ki Dacham Vipunamna, meaning Guru Khanda Choche Ki means Guru Brahmasambhava and assembly of the Dakinis with all of you. Dacha Vipunamna meaning Dacha means we devotee son or daughter here, male and female practitioner here. We request you to you and assembly of the all Dakini, bestow your wisdom body's blessings, bestow your speech blessing, Lula Kuiching, Lungala Sumicing, Lila Tukiching, bestow your wisdom mind blessings. only Guru Archingilos bestow on you poor empowerments. The poor empowerment bestow the blessing to purify my poor different stream of the afflicted minds. It's a different level of the obscurations that in your mental continue. So ask him to purify that through your blessing. Lamji Jombar Chingilos bestow the blessing in the purify my path that is have obstructing or hindering and not progressing quick. So you purify those obstacle hindrances my path. Kuji Topra Chingilo up to all you blessing me the whole poor body on me. So Dharmakaya, Sambhokakaya, Nimanakaya, Rupakaya, poor kara, the poor body. So up to all that achieved me through your blessing. So you're requesting all this. So that is you're requesting empowerment. Now you're receiving empowerment. Om Ahom Benza Guru Pemandewa Drakini. So this case, Om Ahom is embodying them is all Buddha's wisdom, mind, body, speech. Benza Guru is like Bajra is undestructible thing. So that material, physically we have this using the bell and Bajra, that's the Bajra. But really symbol of Bajra means that Bajra means like diamonds. Diamond can cut through anything, but nothing material can cut grand diamonds. The diamond uncuttable, any material can cut the diamonds, but diamond can cut anything. So that meaning Bajra Guru, Bajra means that he is truly achieved total enlightenment. His enlightenment is nothing afflicted ego can destroy. Nothing can take it, He's very firm and strong. But he is also manifested from this diamond Bajra-like mind can destroy, cut through anger, desire, stupidity, jealous, greed, and so on. And root of the ego by that, the achievement of his mind, what state his mind. So he can destroy all afflicted impurity thing, but not destroying the realization as total full enlightened being. He's permanent prayer, but there's nothing contribute to any conditions, nothing independent originated. It is spontaneous, which every living being have, but not achieved. That he has achieved that. So that called Bajra, So that's the kind of prayer Guru has such powerful wisdom. So that's what the Bajra Guru. To repair to Guru Lamas. Pema is the family name there. Deva means the God. The God is himself is God. So this is not God as we normally talk of God, a worldly God. This case, God means something who totally achieved the enlightenment and completely stepped down all affliction emotions. And Dakini means all this entourage of his together. It's emanation of his own, but they entourage of him, they contribute his wisdom. So that is saying the Bhaja Guru, Pema Sambhava, and who is your God, demons, and divine, and divine being. Dakini means all these 1,000 of the Dakinis there. So we request Kaya becomes Om, meaning bestow the empowerment of the body. Kaya means body, Your wisdom body's empowerments, Abhikans Om, empower me, your wisdom body, which is representing through Om, letter Om. So then when you say that time, Guru Rinpoche there, he is sending from his forehead, from the letter R, forehead, come to your forehead, then this go in your body, shining light, every part of your body, dispel any bodily negativity, bodily discomfort, anything that you're obstructing your body to be healthy and happy and for ready to your practice, all this obstacle hindrance is removed. You become his wisdom body is blessed. But this white sending light, white light, peel of your body, you dispel all the bodily impurity, negativity through this light. So that is called bodily empowerment of all the Buddha and Bodhisattvas, Dakas and Dakinis, and so get from Guru Rinpoche, this case, Then next was Waka Abikenza A. Waka Abikenza means then from his throat, red light shining from the A, which come to your throat, fill up whole your body the redness, reddish, and then completely destroying your speech negativity since the beginning last time. Empowering wisdom speech of the all Buddha and Bodhisattvas, Abhikansa As, so this As represent the speech empowerment, Abhikansa is empowerment, you empowering. So Waka means speech that purify, become his empowering by Guru Rinpoche's speech, wisdom speech. Citta Abhikansa Hong, next one is Citta means mind, The Guru Rinpoche from his heart, blue Hong radiating, very strong blue Hong, get into your heart, the feel of whole your body again, outside, inside the blue light, the purifying negativity, the egos, affliction, emotion. Then since the beginning last time we have lots of habitual parent negativity, speech negative, lying, slender and harsh talk and meaningless talk, bodily negative, your killing, stealing, lying, sexual misconduct and so on, and the mental negativity in your life, envy, ill will, wrong views, all these things that you cultivated in that thing's case, but then mentally motivated this all negative thing. So now Citta Abhikansa means the Hong come from Guru Rinpoche light, blue light from the Hong, that Hong go to all your heart, destroying all the mental impurity that cause not to sing your true nature. It's completely dispelled. Citta Abhikansa Hong means the Hong is the empowerment, the Abhikansa means empowerment. Hong is representing that. The Citta means your heart, Guru Rinpoche wisdom heart, so merging to you and then dispel your negativity or all the mental negativity. Sorwa Abhikansa free means Sorwa means speech, mind, body. Sorwa means all. Abhikansa means speech, mind, body of the wisdom, empowerments bestowed on you by the light, white, red, and blue light, same time shining. Everything your body become three color, become in the ripening karmic body is transparent, and the rainbow body has become Guru Rinpoche yourself now. Sorwa Abhikansa free. So that is the kind of empowerment. You're doing that, and you recite this mantra, Om Ahum Benza Guru Pema Siddhi Hum, while you this recite empowerment, you're doing that. So that's why the main practice of Om Ahum Benza Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. Om Ahum Benza Guru Pema Siddhi Hum is that the meaning of, again, that's, you can have another few hours to talk about that. Last time, one time I did talk to you, I don't know you remembering those. Om Ahum is the speech, mind, body of the all wisdom of the all Buddha. Vajra Guru, Vajra is like, I just explained you, Guru is the Lamas. Yesterday I talked a long time on the Lamas, explaining. The Pema is the Lotus Pema, Siddhi Home, meaning whatever achievement and realization that you have, bestow on me, that's meaning Siddhi means a blessing to bestow on me. So this is the mantra you recite, Om Ahum Benza Guru Pema Siddhi, Om Ahum Benza Guru. So keep you visualizing Guru Rinpoche there, and up to the empowerment, you become Guru Rinpoche yourself also. Because up to the empowerment, you dispel your ordinary ripening karma body, you can Guru Rinpoche identical like that. So you visualize yourself Guru Rinpoche, and your retina, all the earth is filled of the wisdom dakini, and there is no room for anything, samsaric negativity there. So then dispel all the environmental, and so whatever people negativity, that can make sense. Dispel that negative, what you see, what you feel, what you hear, that all disappear that way. And you hearing the mantra Om Ahum Benza Guru Pema Siddhi Hum, bring your mind, is all sound is the mantra Om Ahum Benza Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. Everything is the Guru Rinpoche and the Dakini there. Then everything the land is become perfect pure land of the Guru Pema Sambhava. And then your all this what you saw, you hearing, you see what form of Dakini is Guru Rinpoche's. Everything become empty also. Not grasping, oh, I see Guru Rinpoche, he's there laughing, smiling, he'll be tomorrow, come back. Don't that kind of idea. That's the ordinary thought. You have to think Guru Rinpoche is there and forever, and then again, same time, not tangible. Guru Rinpoche, this, transparency, it's like rainbow. Rainbow sky come with beautiful but you can see the all color and the shape, but you want to grab, he cannot grab it, So that kind of quality of his body and good Dakini's body, but mentally fully, totally awakening beings that are. So like rainbow, but not like rainbow, just shining there, nothing doing anything, but he's full of wisdom. So that is the quality of the wisdom, understanding the quality of wisdom. That's the effect power to you to dispel your obstacle and hinder, So you recite mantra, this, you have mala, you recite mantra, this really do help. If you believe me, you practice, and practice, and don't be silly not to practice. You have empowerment. I'm giving best I can explaining. We don't have time, otherwise we can do more, but this is good enough for you. When I explaining, I have lots of detail explain, then you forget and you confuse there. But this way you grab meaning there. It's good enough for you, okay? So that is, now you say, you stay mantra recitation, maybe you did 500, maybe a few thousand, maybe a few hours, you recite mantra, bring that visualization, concentrating, you do, then now you want to finish and dedicate and finish now this session, then you read another one. And that is also the Tusum Sanja Guru Rinpoche. Again, you can say, precious Guru, who you are the 3-time Buddha, past Buddha, future Buddha, present Buddha. You are the Buddha, the precious Guru, you. You are the Kunda, meaning you are the Lord of all the city and all the blessings. Your feet, which is great bliss. So that means whole body is so much for me. But only the lotus piece and dust of your feet is great blessing for me. So you making how high he is, So it said you are the grateful, blissful, great blissful feet. It's so great. And so you are the Lord of all cities. So kind of your qualities I cannot imagine. It's so beyond my understanding, my knowledge. So so you are dispel all my obstacle, physical obstacle, mental obstacle, form obstacle, non-form obstacle, imaginary obstacle. Sometimes people not having nothing, but you think that he doesn't like me, he hate me. So you just guessing that, then you get uncompetitive here. But that person or that girl would not say anything, not have any thought of that, but you make imagining. So those are obstacles, non-existent, non-existent obstacle like that. So that dispel that kind of thing. That's things most time we guess that's happened and this happened, and then I get upset, emotion, sometimes get thought in my mind, whole night you cannot sleep because that problem. You make the problem, then you stay and struggle with that. You're not sleeping. He did this and he did that. I'm going to do this for him. Then next moment I will say, maybe I'll do this way to destroy him and pay to revenge him. So you have now making yourself completely destroy your sleep with that. That's a big obstacle,
Yeah.
Instead with that, they will say that dispel everything. You believe on that. That's my pass subside. That's what obstacle. Particularly, do means that subdue the demons. They subdue demons. What the demon? Not demon outside. Demons within I. Where chief demon is our ego. Then around his demon is like some obstacles such as like anger, desire, jealous, proud, greedy, all kind of things that are around this my ego. That is kind of my demons. Chief demon is my ego, bigger ego. So the secondary demon will become very active, make be difficult, uncomfortable. And then you are less ego, then they are not too powerful. And then you have very little obstacle. So they're not, you have this kind of demon in your mind, nothing. You will not have everything comfortable, So that is our mind. There are really people say goes there, and really not there. It's here. Everything I created this thing. So that is the demon, meaning demon. Dul means subdue and subjugated or destroy, and that is demons. The Guru Rinpoche is powerful. I want him to destroy. I am Guru Rinpoche now, so you have no room for here. I have always mantra and silver and wisdom there. You have no room. Subdue, that means destroy that. Taputsol means in that case wrathful, so we appear wrathful to against that, human and demon, these things. So that is my request now. Next is Solva, there's a chingy of the soul. So I'm supplicate you for my heart. Please bestow this blessing to remove all my obstacles. So then the next one, Che Nang Sang Vipaje Shiwatang. Che meaning outside obstacle, Nang meaning inner obstacle, Sang meaning secret obstacle. Outside obstacle is the outside. You see things you don't like it, you hear something you don't like it. So there's something like that, this kind of obstacle, So inner obstacle is the kind of most our anger, desire, jealous, greed, all these inner obstacle. The secret obstacle is our ego, big ego that always me. Never forget your I. I drinking, I sleeping, even I'm talking now, There's no I. But I have to be labeling this, I talking. And then, so, without that I, then you have no obstacle. So that's the most inner obstacle. These three outer inner secret obstacle is subside, dispel, and hope the Guru Rinpoche only that is so powerful who can destroy. So we make it very important, we pray that way. Somebody give over chingy love to soul, meaning that after Guru Rinpoche blessing, you destroy all my obstacle outer inner secret. Now I want you to bless, spontaneously accomplish I need right now in this moment. You bless me now. So that is a somebody give over chingy loves. So that is your supplicate Guru Rinpoche part is kind of conclusion. So now next one you say. Yavati Nyurduta means by the virtue of this virtue, you quickly achieve the state of the Guru Prema Sambhava, and then without exception, all being I bring to enlightenment, state of Guru Rinpoche. These are like Chopra meaning and bring this all being to the state of Guru Rinpoche. These are like Chopra. So that the dedication prayer, you see. So that is very short. I am giving his instructions. So we have now full instruction somewhat, if you get it. And so that's all. Then in that case, you can visualize what you visualize, you can dissolve everything and you become Guru Rinpoche, then perform your activity that way. And so you don't need to dissolve. If you want to silent meditation, all the important one is dissolved to you and you subside into spacious and totally meditate on emptiness. You can do that also. Silent meditation, long as you want, you can do that. Then you can dedicate. And next, Amitabha prayer. The good to do is Guru Rinpoche is belong to Amitabha Pure Land, and he's a kind of son of the Amitabha. So you can say this dedication prayer can be achieved to born myself in Amitabha Pure Land without taking any rebirth. Immediately, soon as stop the breathing, I be born in Amitabha Pure Land. And whoever connected with me, I have been generous, giving teaching, giving food, and anything good things. I connected to sentient being. All of them, they bring in the Amitabha Pure Land. Also, I have problems. Someone doesn't like me. I may mistakenly say something wrong. And maybe they dislike, and we call Zangin Leki Doakin, meaning that all sentient beings, someone have connected with good, and some connected bad, but bad, good, equally, without discriminating, bring to enlightenment Amitabha Pure Land. So this is done in the So it's saying is that with the I'll be born in perfect pure land where is no name of suffering, and that's called pure, blissful realm. And as soon as I pass from here, without taking any rebirth, born in that pure land, without taking other rebirth, After I born there, I see the Buddha Amitabha face, I become 10 level Bodhisattva, but then this, I'm supplicated and dedicating this prayer and dedication. All Buddha and Bodhisattva bless my dedication come true what I had thinking. So their omniscience, they know, all the pure living Buddha and Bodhisattva hear you, and they will join with you, and you can kind of helping you, companion, that your motivation with their strong motivation, that's bring the happening, that things what you are dedicated to the blessing of them, and my own motivation. So this case, not only me, but all beings. The all being not meaning someone did good for me, but someone that did bad things too. So bad connection or good connection, dawn of sun, under my compassion, under my love, include all sentient beings. So that is last dedication. So that's the way you're finishing your food and you practice the sadhana. So that is nice. We have printed very good, and you have start practice anytime. So you do few times, 7 days, constantly, maybe 1 month you do. You this by heart you can. Then you can drive, you can chant it, pray. If you're driving so long, even for example me, I drive a long time. When I go to KDK to my retreat land, takes 2 hours and a half. I finish my all practice. If someone with my car, then bother me, I cannot. But alone myself, I finish my practice in the car. Because I get used to be how to turn, how to save myself. Look like wonderful way to practice. Just kind of cape inside. You can see they don't bother you, you driving. So you practice that way. So I have lots of memory practice. I do that. That is what I do. Very wonderful. You can do that too. But it's kind of do 7 times, 7 days, slowly. Then you memorize these things, visualization text, and so it's not big deal that way. The practice is simple and easily. It greatly benefit for you. Yes. All right. So that is, I think, the last finishing. What time now? Do we finish early today?
8:46.
Quarterly.
Yes, we have really. Quick. There are 2 teaching we make, 1 teaching, and the 1 teaching was very short finishing. So at least we finish. I was worried about we can how to condense this teaching. No? So, but you made anything discussion, question, and you want to say things? Yes.
Yeah. What are the 10 unvirtuous acts and the 5 actions of limitless consequences?
Okay, so that is 10 non-virtuous is like first bodily 3. Killing, stealing, and adultery. For example, you are not taking monks, so you don't need to full sexual misconduct, but adultery, that means you have to be committed and not to be mess up things, Maybe you girlfriend, boyfriend, you committed, and then certain point you boring, you go other place. That's for adultery, so that's not good.
Right.
There's negative karma there, And then that is the 3 negative action from the body. And then also 3 negative action from the speech. And lying, and slander, harsh talk, meaningless talk. So speech have 4 of them, you see.
What was the one after slander?
Huh?
What was the one after slander?
Lying, slander, harsh talk.
Harsh.
Harsh.
Mm.
You bad, you steal, you do this. And to accuse people of bad things, and so the harsh talk. And meaningless talk is, especially you meaningless talk. Somebody want to practice, then you talking to all nonsense things, that person you have no time to practice. They all spend time with your harsh, your meaningless, talking nonsense things. Oh, I see the TV there, political there, fighting there. So someone listening, and then because you bring this talk, that person enjoyed your talk, so you make the interfere their virtues. So the harsh, meaningless talk, that is the speech have 4, lying, slander, harsh talk, meaningless talk, right? But now mentally, envy, ill will, wrong views. Okay? You understand that? My English convey the message to you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay? So that 10 non-virtues. If you do this, not get any happiness there. Confused and suffer and painful. So you stay away from that. That meaning not necessarily your monk, anyone that non-virtuous, that means nothing, non-virtue meaning any good quality there, you do that kind of things, you see? And that is and the 5, you call what 5?
Yeah, the 5 actions of limitless consequence.
That is paseba, maseba. Geikol against some detachment. They're kind of 5 of the listed. You're killing father, mother, and you have, through the bad attitude, you're shutting blood from Buddha and Bodhisattva, and then it destroy monastery and stupa. Then the last one is kind of, but something, and then also that, Cham and Banga is, you being your male, the people ordained nun, you destroy their bow, that is also bad.
Mm-hmm.
So this kind of 5 of them counting is like, extraordinarily those things can bring you immediately in hell.
Right.
Not good at all.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to purify those things. So that is the 5 limitless consequence, yes. So this all with Buddhists have to aware that things, do our best. Human being can keep good motivation, even something happening unmistakably, confusedly I did, in non-explaining, and not knowing I did that, then you compass them, sorry them. Don't revenge them, negative, try to see which way I can help.
Mm-hmm.
Other people may be angry, upset because of that due to your action. But you should not take that seriously. Do see which way I can bring peace to that person's mind and make the comfortable this person's mind. That way you can repeal, but your negative can be repelled, Yes. Okay, yes, please.
When you were talking about the story of Padmasambhava, you speak of Ananda, who was 600 years ago, right? But when Guru Rinpoche is in building Samaya Monastery, what year was that? 1200 years ago?
8th century.
8th century.
Guru Rinpoche came to Tibet, yes.
So that's 800 years apart.
Which one?
Ananda?
Yeah, you're good with calculating. Yes. And so you think what happened there? Yes, but Guru Rinpoche born for a long time in the world. This world, he stayed a long time.
Yeah.
So then Ananda maybe not alive. Before Ananda passed away, he received teaching. So when he's in the Samye building, Guru Rinpoche was alive, but Ananda maybe passed Nirvana. So you mean they are too close, right? Then he
was Ananda's disciple. Or Ananda was his disciple.
Buddha Shakyamuni is the Ananda's guru.
Yeah.
He spent lots with Ananda. Ananda would Buddha teach everywhere.
Everything, yeah.
Somewhere before he ordained, one thing he asked Buddha, I will ordain, become your disciple, and I'll attend you forever. But I want you to not teach without me.
Yeah.
So say Buddha commit that. So that way, following his commitment, he go all. Sometimes he go up here, Gadram and Nagaram. So Buddha, his miracle, make the Ananda take with him.
Yeah.
So he received teaching there.
Okay. I
But your question doesn't still. So that reason, Buddha lifetime Ananda was a disciple. And then according to Sutra, the Buddha passed away, Guru Rinpoche 12 years after Buddha passed away, he born. Ananda is still alive.
Yeah, 12.
Yeah, then Guru
2600.
Rinpoche become renounced, find to follow the Ananda sometime. He get all the teaching of Sutra and Tantra from that other Ananda most. And then he also request Ananda ordain him. And Ananda at that time say, I can ordain you because you are my teacher. You ordain me. So that is kind of conversation makes see the Guru Rinpoche is Buddha. He said, Ananda says, you are my teacher. So Ananda teacher is Buddha, you know.
Yeah.
So when Guru Rinpoche asked him to ordain me, he says, I can ordain you as my teacher. So Guru Rinpoche, Ananda says so. So then Ananda knows somewhat Guru Rinpoche's Buddha's incarnation also. You see, that in Sutta writing down those things. And then again, your question is that Ananda is Buddha lifetime, he must be dying, and Guru Rinpoche come to Samye. That is 8th century Guru Rinpoche came to Tibet, you know.
Yeah.
But then Ananda passed away before. But Guru Rinpoche lived long time in India. He got all kinds of cemeteries, subdued all the demon, different things. He did lots of activity, you know, up to Ananda received teaching, and then he learned from Ananda. Then he go to different place and cemetery. He practiced, achieved the higher and higher. So between that, Ananda go to Guru Rinpoche go to Tibet. Ananda passed away already, you know. Maybe reincarnation, but Ananda's Theravada and tradition doesn't recognize incarnation.
Yeah.
So Guru Rinpoche is 80th century kind of. So that's a different time. It makes sense?
I just want to make sure that I was clear.
That's clear. I can see that I'm not talking about 100-year all happening same time.
No.
So Guru Rinpoche is a numberless. He's a deathless.
Yeah, beyond time. Thank you.
Okay. Any question you have? We have time actually. I thought I tried to finish quite, but that make the time was good. Yes,
Rinpoche, can we do the practice before you
Yes, we
leave,
can do
just
now.
So we can hear the...
Sure, we can do now. Yeah, everybody has sadhana.
Thank you.
Lama Rinpoche, Dari Chukwa, Bebe Denshula, Gade Chikwa, Gade Chikwa, Kuzon Tuji, Nudu Sadu, Songe Chilan, Songe Chaman, Lai Chachoy, Pai, Dani Kyasonji, Dani Chisoy, Kipe Sunanki, Dova Benje, Songe, Dova Joy, Songe, Songe Chaman, Lai Chachoy, Pai, Dani Kyasonji, Dani Chisoy, Kipe Sunanki, Dova Benje, Songe, Dova Chodai Yira tuki jengelo, wanje kuwa jengelo, gyuje tapa jengelo, lamje jompa jengelo, kuje tapa jengelo, kuje tapa jengelo. Ome amoy benzai guru bema dewa dajin kaya mikenzawo. Owoga abigenza. Onjeda abigenza. Sorwa abigenza. Ome aoy bendrai guru bema siddhi 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 Ome aoy bendrai guru bema Om Ahum Bendra Guru Bema Siddhi 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 Guru Bema Siddhi Om Ahum Bendra 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 Guru Bema Siddhi Bema Siddhi Om Ahum Bendra Guru Bema Siddhi Om Ahum Bendra Guru Om Ahum Bendra Guru Bema Siddhi Om Ahum Bendra Guru Bema Siddhi Om Ahum Om Ahum Bendra Guru Bema Siddhi 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 Om Om Ahum Bendra Guru Bema Siddhi Om
Dewa
Thank you. So, so you no question and we finish our things. So I enjoy here. You have these text you need. No, you want me to take?
I think those are extra one. I think everybody has one now. Yeah. Did you? Oh, well, Michael needs one.
Do they need some in Alvita?
Okay. So, Rinpoche, I want to say thank you from everyone.
Thank you.
They say when there's a real Lama is an authentic Lama. That means that they're really coming from their heart. And Rinpoche is undeniably always coming from his heart. And I want to thank you for that. And they also say that when the greatest way to thank your lamas to do the practice they give you.
That's true. Yeah, I agree. You do it.
I'll try.
You're the principal here. Are you doing that?
I would. Well, now this is what I love. I love this. It's beautiful practice, and I'm going to try and do a lot of it.
Practice beautiful doesn't matter. You have to be beautiful. Your heart.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
I'll work on that one too.
I'm sorry that too direct, but I do that.
No, it's good. I like that. I like that. It's good. That's authentic.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. I will use something for this. You give me that. Okay. Thank you very much. Good boy. Take care.
Please come back and see us.
I hope so. You call, you make talk, and then you can call. Someone call. I'll make plans every year. You want to, I can make time.
Yeah, envelope. Yeah.
Thank you very much. You give me all the time.
Oh, no, thank you for reading.
Thank
You're
you.
helping me have
Sure,
more
of
faith.
course. You're doing a good
More
job.
faith is worship.
I trust you doing very good with that. That's good. You going back?
I'm staying, I'm on it.
Good.
Yeah.
So you go back. Huh?
I'm doing
Oh, really?
now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For 2 months.
So you mandala?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
you're doing excellent.
trying.
Yeah, that's good for your life to spend that
Well,
way.
thank you.
Yes.
Come back.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. You shave, huh?
Yeah.
You didn't shave yesterday. Today you shave.
No, yeah, it was yesterday.
I see. Thank you. Okay. You come, you neighbor here? You live here? Oh. I'm San Francisco. Thank you for you taking me last time. It was very nice you helping me. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Your neighbor here?
In Taos.
Oh, I see. Okay. Are you neighbor here, right?
Yeah.
Oh, good. You have chance here to come practice.
Yes.
And the Sangha Lama Lodu come every week, yeah?
Yes.
Good.
Thank you, Lama.
Thank you. I could you have afternoon came to see with your daughter and me. I was sleeping, right?
Yeah, you were getting, they were getting ready for breakfast.
But you wanted tomorrow you can bring break if you want.
Okay,
I don't know, but you know if you want.
I might be in town. I have to go.
Every morning.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. So
Yeah, thank you so much for that. Next time for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, my cook, my driver and everything. Okay. You can take this one and we have to take those things.
Okay, yeah. This is your,
Yeah, that's what I
okay,
think.
and then you take it apart and,
Yeah, we have to use another place again.
okay. You can bring it down to the house and you can do it there.
You can do it there, I can put it myself.
Okay.
I have to put safe place.
How many times a day?
You can do it morning, evening, but do more if you can. Also, sometimes you take retreat, go 4 times a day, just practice like that. Sometimes you do twice, good twice, morning every once. Later people sleep you one, that's very wonderful.
I thought it was 7.
Huh?
I thought it was, I think you said something about 7 times a day.
7-line prayer,
7 lines
Oh, okay.
of the
but
prayer.
3 times practice, you good. Excellent. Okay. Okay.